Good morning. Happy Monday morning. It is the last Monday before Christmas. So, congratulations, you made it this far. If you are here watching, if you are at home, if you are at work, if you are getting ready to do that last minute Christmas shopping, you can tell how enthusiastic I am about things like that. Good luck to you. Welcome. Happy Monday. It is the 20th, and if my memory serves here, Christmas is looking at the right month, it's going to be on Saturday. So there's not a lot of time left if you don't have that last minute stuff. I don't have recommendations for last minute stuff because it's been a COVID year. I really haven't gone out to get very much. There's some things you can't get online very easily. One of those is fabric. My favorite fabric store, I sew things, by the way. My favorite fabric store is not, they don't have an online store. If they did, I would probably spend a small fortune there, like more than I already do. I like sewing things. I made a princess dress yesterday. I shouldn't have said that out loud in case my kids are watching. Whoopsie. But I like sewing things. And otherwise, other last minute Christmassy things like chocolate. I've looked and I had a heck of a time trying to find decent chocolate online. So, I mean, that's one of those things where you kind of have to go out and get it. And so, question of the day. Two questions of the day. What Christmas chocolate do you like the most? Mine is After 8. I like the small rectangular boxes, and I like their, I guess, box of chocolates, their truffle type box. I like those. That's my favorite. So, oh no, it started. I'm sinking. No. This is the worst moment ever. My yoga ball finally burst. And it's live. This is hilarious. I'm kind of going to ride this one out because this is funny. Okay, so anybody who doesn't know, I have a yoga ball, and it's been going, for a while now. It's 12 years old, I think, or close to it. I got it in 2009, and it finally, it has a tiny little hole. Where's the, hole? It finally went. I've been waiting for it for a long time. I said I would to myself that I would order a new one when the old one actually bursts. And I have a stool nearby because I'm like super prepared. But it finally went, and that's so sad. Oh, my yoga ball. So bye-bye good posture. Here I go with the stool. I'm gonna have to order a new one. It was so good. It went for so long. But I don't know. I don't even think I did anything. Like, I don't think I rolled over anything that necessarily got it. I think it's probably just wear and tear because it's a honeycomb structure. This isn't going to make sense to anybody who doesn't know anything about yoga balls, but it seems to be made of a stretchy foam with, like, I don't know, overlapping honeycomb, like ripstop fabric. And yeah, anyway, it was awesome, but I guess now it's not. So I'm going to go shopping for a yoga ball for Christmas, and it probably won't arrive soon. Anyway, that was the thing. So, yeah, two questions of the day. What's your favorite Christmas chocolate? And what's your one local store, locally owned and operated store that you can't shop for online? So those are my questions. So then, next thing, I wanted to look at some news this morning. I had a pile of questions. I'm mostly curious about Nigeria. Nigeria was big in the news a while ago for policing reasons, and I haven't heard much since then. There were big protests and people died, and then nothing. So I'm going to look up some news here and see if I can get anything here. Let's see. I don't know. I guess I'll start at the top and go down. I don't really know what's quality news and what's not here. This looks like it's full of interesting. I should share that. Did I share that already? Yes, I did. I didn't. I don't know. Let's see. No, I didn't. Ha! You can't see what I'm seeing. There we go. Looks better. Okay. So I'm looking at some news out of Nigeria here. And let's see. There's lots of news, actually. Yeah, I'm not even sure where to start. This all looks decent. So I'm gonna click here. Okay, there was a crash. Is there a reason for this crash? Well, I mean, there's always a reason, but 5 people have died after a fatal crash at Zelanga village along Bauchi Darazo Road. I apologize in advance. I'm not pronouncing names properly, and I know it. 5 others sustained injuries. The state sector commander, Federal Road Safety Corp, confirmed the incident and said it occurred at 10 at night, barely 24 hours after there was another fatal crash. Okay. Oh, they give out license plate numbers in the news. Huh. Okay. I wouldn't do that around here. Interesting. And on December 12th, there was another crash. 20 people died. Holy jeez. Huh. Okay. Well, there's no actual news there, no cause of accident. So I guess it's a problem that can't be solved until we know what happened. Let's see, what else do we have here? Soldiers getting married. Civil society organization, the Women Empowerment and Legal Aid, asked Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, to respect the decision of female soldier Private Sofiat Akinlabi to marry a male corps member. Oh. Okay. So, they're not supposed to get married? I guess. The regulation on restriction of marriage for 3 years. The restriction of a female military personnel from contracting any marriage for 3 years upon enlistment which is not applicable to male military personnel. Oh, they're trying to say it's illegal and unconstitutional. Interesting. So, well, there's a lack of context there too. Why would women be restricted and men wouldn't? I don't know, but apparently that's a thing. So let's see here. Today I'm learning all the things. Okay, well, let's take a look then. Let's look at something festive, learn something cultural here. How to avoid overspending during the holidays. The holiday season is a time people try to avoid overspending because it is when some take the opportunity to shower themselves and their loved ones with gifts surrounding, the festivities. Overspending could affect personal finances. Here are some ways to avoid it. Stick to a budget. Look for affordability and not necessarily what you want. Avoid making card payments when you can. You're likely to spend more when making a card payment than with cash. kinda. With cash, you visually see it leaving your hands, and so you're much more aware of how much it actually is. It's not just numbers. But see, this is an interesting question then. If as people we do better seeing numbers, visualizing things like a stack of bills in my hand, and if I give you half of them, then I have less physical money. Does that mean that I'm more likely to overspend if I'm paying in crypto? Because I can't see it. I mean, I can see numbers on a screen, but I have no physical representation of how much that amount is. So that's, yeah, interesting. Avoid impulse buying. Okay. Well, there's a variety of things to buy and places to visit. Well, if it's COVID time and you're like me and you're not going anywhere, it's easy to not impulse buy. Most of the time. Avoid deviating from your list. Only buy what you need. Okay. Sure. This all sounds good so far. Run from rush hour purchases. If you wait until the last minute before shopping, you're setting yourself up to overspend. It's never too early for holiday shopping. Yeah, I did most of my fabric shopping last year in January. It was great. January and February are great sale times. So if you have, things where you're likely to have a larger dollar amount, or if you are, if it's something where you can buy things early, so not chocolate, yeah, go early. It's never too early. Closer it gets to a holiday, the higher prices items go because vendors would want to take advantage of last-minute shoppers. I don't know how true that is here. I've never actually really checked, but probably. I don't know. There were lots of news pieces actually about before, right before and around Black Friday, of things that were considered a normal price, and then like a month before, because they were able to track this using the programs like Amazon metrics of some sort or something, where the price was actually like jacked up for the month of November from what its normal was, and then their Black Friday sale was the same price that the item normally was, but it had been a month, and so because it was enough time at the higher price, it was considered a sale. So I don't know. That's a thing. Excuse me. Jeez Louise. Where there is a bargain, grab it. Lots of year-end sales. But it could set you up to overspend, so stick to that list. Okay. Only buy items you would regularly purchase, but at a lesser price. You could do your holiday shopping during Black Friday in November. Okay. Well, all of this seems normal and not cultural. So that's cool. Let's look at something else real quick here. Today's not like super duper exciting. It's today. It's a Monday. So let's see here. The Daily Post. I feel like I read that before and that it was decent. Let's look at this awful crash again and see if this one has more information. The cause has not been ascertained yet, but after the investigation, it will be made known. Okay, well, it's a sentence, but, it's a sentence the other one didn't have, so that's cool. Armed robbers invade Ibadan Polytechnic and shoot the lecturer. This sounds like a bad time. Some armed robbers have invaded the Polytechnic in Ibadan. Early Monday, they stormed some flats housing some lecturers at the institution. One of them was shot. Property worth millions of naira was taken. The victim is currently in an undisclosed hospital. Public relations confirmed it happened. And now there are security arrangements to forestall future occurrences. Oy. This period, crime is always rampant, he said. Like Christmas time? Because that's something. If crime's always rampant in Christmas time, then there are always security job positions, I'm guessing. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Huh. Okay. Sponsored content. Ooh, that means it's NAD. Busha gives out 2,000 Nigerian currency. I don't know what the name of their currency is. Naira. Oh, right. I think. I don't know. I should learn. And free Bitcoin to new customers in a campaign. Okay, so let's just solve this one here. Nigerian Naira. Naira is the monetary unit of Nigeria. It is divided into 100 kobo. The Naira was introduced in 1973 when the country when the country decimalized its monetary system and substituted the Naira for the Nigerian pound. The country used the British pound sterling when it was a British colony, which was divided into shillings. Oh, okay. Let's see here. I want to see pictures. Oh, it's at 0.0032 Canadian dollars. So that's good to know. Let's look at pictures. So this is what it looks like. It is multicolored. And yeah, multicolored. Oh, it took me to a website. I was looking actually for pictures. Oh, there's some coins from the colonial era until now. Interesting. There was a picture though. Psh, that's the same. That happened to me before, where I clicked on a picture and it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So that's fine. I don't know. Here's another picture. Maybe this will take me to the picture. There. Okay, so there's a picture of the money. It has important people on it and all kinds of anti-counterfeity things, and it's colored. So that's cool. Hey, their $20 bill or 20 Naira bill is the same color as my $20 bill. Nifty. So anyway, now you know. Now I know. Busha, Nigeria's leading cryptocurrency exchange. Is it? I don't know anything about it. Giving out 2,000 Naira. So at 0.0032. So that's like $2, I think. Or 20. No. Yeah, it's like around $2, I'm pretty sure. So let's go back here and just $6. Okay. So that's like they're giving out approximately 6 of my dollars in Bitcoin. That's interesting because the exchanges I've been to wouldn't even bother with such a low amount. Huh. Okay. Well, interesting. Now I know a thing. I learned something. Let's see here. What time is it? I've got a few more minutes. I don't really want to jump into political stuff. There's a lot of political stuff. Okay, I want to find some different news. Let's take a look here. I don't know. Let's see about this. Oh, goodness. This looks tabloidy. This looks interesting. The Igbo separatist group alleged that Ebu Bogu, which govern which the governors floated in April could not match militia herdsmen, but have only been molesting the youth in the region. That isn't quite a sentence. The indigenous people of Biafra has said it will vehemently resist any attempt by the governors of the southeast region or leadership of Ohanes Ndigbo to reintroduce or resuscitate the Abu Bogu security outfit. Its militia arm, the Eastern Security Network, which was created by its leader, is capable of defending them. I think perhaps this has I would need to learn a lot of context in order to understand this, I think, because I am confused as heck. So let us then look for something else, because, yeah, interesting, but over my head. Well, there's a lot of murder and a lot of politics. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of understanding there without a lot of research. So there's not a lot of time for research. Let's see what Al Jazeera says. Inflation downshifts to 12-month low. Okay. Jailbreak epidemic hits Nigeria's overcrowded prisons. Maybe that's why there's more crime? It looks like somebody started fires in there. Last month, gunmen stormed a medium security prison for the second time this year, freeing more than 250 inmates. Latest occurrence in a spate of jailbreaks unraveling in Africa's most populous country since 2010. More than 7,000 people have escaped from several prisons over that period, with many still remaining at large, according to analysis of data from reports. A tenth of the official number for those currently in custody nationwide. Okay, so a tenth of the people currently in custody over 10 years have escaped. In the past 14 months alone, there have been 8 successive jailbreaks, more than double the previous 3 years. It does not include riots, foiled attempts, or clashes between blah, 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 blah. Last month, security operatives foiled a bizarre attempt by criminals seeking to hijack a suspect from the Lagos court building where he was standing trial. Okay. Why is it bizarre? Many problems. Archaic criminal and penal codes. Infrastructure is a relic of the colonial era. For example, a prison dating back to 1906. Yeah, that's probably uncomfortable. Long before blah, blah. Facilities are some of the most overcrowded globally. Nigeria ranks 49th on a list of 206 countries in the World Prison Brief, published by the University of London. The Ikoyi prison, built in 1955 with a capacity of 800 people, now accommodates approximately 4 times that number. The absence of a public security surveillance system has also placed the burden of ensuring security on manual monitoring by security personnel who are underpaid and under-equipped. Well, what I want to know is how COVID has affected all of that. Did COVID run through the prisons? Because it sure did here, and our prisons weren't nearly as overcrowded or as ancient. There are currently 70,653 prisoners across 240 centers nationwide. A third of them have been convicted. The rest are filed under awaiting trial. Wow, that's actually quite a bit. The latter category is local legal parlance for suspects who have been jailed for years for petty crimes such as shoplifting and traffic offenses without conviction. So they've been jailed for crimes they're not even convicted? That's ridiculous. That's not fair. I mean, obviously, that's the whole point of saying it in this news report, but there are individuals in these facilities who don't know when they're going to get out. Some are in for offenses that they would have been discharged even if they were convicted. Yeah. There's tension because of this disproportionate number of persons who have not been convicted, and it begins to be overbearing on the infrastructure in terms of cell spaces, water, and health, everything. Then there are some graphs showing prison capacity in black, and the yellow color is the overflow. So everything's overflowing. There have been many attacks on the prisons, including invasions by armed groups or unknown gunmen, and riots on the inside. In October 2019, the exception was a jailbreak triggered by a flooding incident. More than 200 inmates escaped as floodwaters overwhelmed the prison fences. They called it an embarrassment. Well, I don't know, protect your prisoners? I'd have to think that the state of the prisons is the real embarrassment, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my first world privilege showing a little bit or something. Solution could be that the NCS Comptroller General move prisoners from crammed centers to underpopulated ones to even out the disparities. Yeah, but there aren't any that are underpopulated. Like, if I'm looking at this graph, none of these are underpopulated. They're all above capacity. Now, maybe there are probably more facilities than this, but shifting them around doesn't seem like a good plan. It seems like you're trying to pass the blame or something. So, let's go back here. Any high number of inmates yet to be convicted means any movement could cause administrative and logistical challenges. Well, if they've been there for years without any kind of due process, is moving them really going to change anything in terms of getting that process rolling? It's probably not going to mess anything up, and it's probably not going to change anything. It's probably just going to end up having them lost to the system and lost in a pile of paperwork. It's not better. All the jailbreaks over the past decade have happened outside the major cities, but in congested prisons. Figures on the ratio between intended capacity and current capacity are hard to find, recent figures, but a 2016 report by the Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics said Kogi, which has averaged one jailbreak every 2 years in the past 10 years, had an extra 133 inmates above its assigned capacity of 530. It has experienced the most number of prison breaks between 2010 and 2021. Okay, so here's some interesting. It's the state has experienced. I'm catching up here. Lack of geographical knowledge and cultural knowledge is kind of hampering my news reading here. So this is good. I'm learning what I don't know, or I'm learning that there are things I don't know, and that's a good thing. Let's see here. So there's one particular prison that had a bunch of prison breaks. I'm gonna have to run to my meeting soon here, but this is interesting. One of those was the flood that they mentioned before that was apparently an embarrassment. I'd have to think that being attacked by people trying to incite a prison break would be an embarrassment. But if the prison break was perpetrated by, say, Boko Haram, I question that as well, because am I getting legitimate statistics, or am I getting statistics that exist because a group of militants happen to be in the area doing the things they do. I don't know. There's a lot going on in this story. There's a correlation between the rise in prison attacks and the exponential increase in insecurity across Nigeria. Okay, good. At least I picked up on that. There's a lot of conflict in the community. The chances of that flowing into the custodial and correctional centers is very high. Okay, yep. Besides Boko Haram's 12-year armed campaign continuing to displace millions in northeastern Nigeria, that's a long time. Other fighters and criminal gangs known locally as bandits have taken to kidnapping people of all religious affiliations, ethnic origins, and economic status across the Northwest and Middle Belt regions. So Nigeria doesn't sound like a place I want to be. Based on this. Maybe it's better, but I don't know. Estimate that 2,371 people were kidnapped. Wow. In what time frame? And approximately 10 billion naira demanded cumulatively in ransom sums in Nigeria in the first half of this year alone? Holy crap. Okay, so I guess if I go to Nigeria, I can expect to be kidnapped. Interesting. Well, I don't know, that's a small percentage of people, but it's a bigger percentage of people than around here that I know of anyway. The Nigerian Communications Commission has also directed the shutdown of telecom services in Katsina, Sokoto, and Zamfara states at different times this year in a bid to tackle banditry in those areas. Wow. Huh. Oh, and then there's these people again with that news story that confused me. The Eastern Security Network. Oh, they're listed as a possible perpetrator of prison attacks. Southeast is unique in the jailbreaks record there. Rather than inmates revolting and overpowering the correctional officers, the attacks have come from non-state armed groups who also target police stations and free prisoners. Oh, okay then. Huh. There's timeline with fancy graph. I'm running out of time. Ooh, they had a journalist who went all into the prisons to see what it was like. Interesting. Drugs in prisons. Oh boy. Yeah, so there's all kinds of corruptions. There's an investigation ordered, but there's been no update yet. And after signing the Nigeria Correctional Services Act in 2019, the president also urged the country's chief justice to embark on speedy trials. Because, yeah, with no plan or budget, that's helpful. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Courts were shut for the first few months of the COVID pandemic, crippling an overburdened judiciary, already struggling with deciding the fate of those awaiting trial, which in some facilities is as much as 90% of the prison population. That's kind of ridiculous. Becomes difficult without knowing how long they'll spend in prison to plan proper rehab and integration programs. Well, because some of them shouldn't even be there in the first place. Every prison attack will be an incentive for copycats to consider plotting such moves. If we don't checkmate this, it will continue to happen. Well, yes, likely. All right, well, that was a really, really well done, thorough article. I appreciate that. And I still clearly have a lot of regional, cultural, historical, current historical things to learn, but that was good. So on that happy note, happy Monday. I have to run off to a meeting. If anybody has any questions about that news you just read or that I just read, I highly recommend Google searching it because as I've demonstrated, I am clearly not the expert on things in Nigeria. But gosh, that was interesting. And good morning, Ghetto Crypto. And good morning and good day. I'm taking off here, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll see what else we can do or learn. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. I might have children with me tomorrow. That's a whole other bag of worms. We'll talk about that tomorrow, though. So have an enjoyable day, and we'll see ya. Bye.